Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. My name is Dr. Emma Shapiro, and you are at the Remote Therapy Summit. I'm the creator of Debt Free PT, as well as Alternative Healthcare Careers with my good friend, Dr. Mike Chua, who's another physical therapist. And I'm really excited to talk about just sort of starting your business from the very beginning. Everyone wants to know that. But really first, before we dive into that, let me quickly share my screen with the Facebook group so that lots of people can see and learn from us. There we go. But hopefully everyone's doing great. I'm a little tired from work today, but hanging in there. Okay, awesome. Preparing to live stream here in just a minute. Awesome. We are going live. Hello, Giselle. Perfect timing. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you, Emma?
I'm doing great. We are live many places. This is like the super tech right here tonight. We got the Facebook Live in the Alternative Healthcare Careers group going on. We're in the summit and we're in Zoom. I hope I can monitor all the chat, but but I'm really so excited to have you here. And so really quickly, I'll do a quick intro and then I'll introduce you and then we can get started. How's that sound?
Okay. Sounds great.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for watching this video. If you're on the replay, post replay. If you're on the chat, tell us where you are. My name is Dr. Emma Shapiro. I'm the creator of Debt Free PT, the Remote Therapy Summit, and co-creator of the Alternative Healthcare Careers with a number of therapists, including Dr. Mike Chua. I'm really excited today to share with you the story of a very new healthcare entrepreneur. Guiselle is here, and she is an amazing therapist that starts kids' gyms, or started her own kids' gym, and now teaches people how to start their own kids' gym. But it's not easy to all of a sudden make a course, make a website, and start something and really start being vulnerable. And so I thought today I'd bring Guiselle on and, sort of have a chat session and give you the behind the scenes look at what it takes to, and some of the things we learn when we're, a newbie entrepreneur, right, Guiselle?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
It's been a good journey.
Yes, good. I know you've been so successful so quickly. And that's another reason why I wanted to bring you on too, is because you've just done a great job with everything. But why don't you share a little bit about your journey to even this point, talking about starting your own kids' gym and then the inspiration for your course?
Yeah. Well, I started the kids gym about 4 years ago. I was working in a hospital setting, but my heart was always in pediatrics, to be honest. And I finally just decided to jump in and do what I was dreaming about doing, which was starting a kids gym. So it was hard. It was hard to decide to do it because, we're always afraid to do something new, something that's a little risky that we don't know how it's going to go. So, of course, I was a little hesitant, a little nervous and scared and all the good emotions. But I finally just jumped in and did it. And it took months of research. I'm one of those people who I like to have my ducks in a row. I like to, make sure I'm doing the right thing and just research everything that it entails. And I did all of that. And then we opened our business, and it was really successful right from the start. I feel that I had a good networking system in the community. Just with that research, finding the right strategies on how to jumpstart and how to market yourself and how to have everything ready and set to make your business successful. And so it did pretty well. And well, thanks to that business, at this point, my family and I, we travel full time together, and I only take one work contract, travel therapy contract a year. And other than that, we travel for fun. So it's done pretty well for me, and I have loved the experience of having the gym. And at this point, I'm loving helping other therapists to start this journey too.
You're making me jealous. I want to travel. I want to travel so many places and just relax. I'm so tired sometimes. Inside look into an entrepreneur. That's also working full time. Now, how many years were you running the gym for, Guiselle?
I had the gym for a little over a year, actually. It wasn't too long. Yeah. And then due to some family circumstance, I had to sell, which was really difficult to do as well, because that was my dream. That was my, so many circumstances that life throws at you, and we have to jump the hurdles and go with it. And, but yeah, so it was, a little over a year. Yeah.
But I mean, I think you should take that with pride, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I listen to this podcast called Built With, and it's about all these entrepreneurs that create a business, and other people really think your business is great and, end up buying that business. So, I mean, I don't think that that's a bad thing at all. I think you should be really proud that you made something that someone else actually wanted to buy, that someone else did. And so basically with one year, all of this freedom happened.
Yes, it really did. And it was amazing to see how fast it all kind of worked out.
Yeah, I think you should be so proud of creating it, so proud of doing so well with it, and even so proud of selling it. Never feel bad about that, because, there's more opportunities out there. And when I listen to these entrepreneurs, like Virgin Airlines, for example, he's like created and sold like 20 different businesses, but that doesn't mean that that wasn't his business. That's still Virgin Airlines. That's still his business and his creation.
Still his baby. He started.
Yeah, exactly. I know, it's funny. You get like emotional and attached to your
It's
like.
True. You do. You put
and the kids that you probably worked with too. I'm sure you got attached with some of them.
Oh, so much. I built so many great relationships with the parents, with the kiddos. Even my kids did, because they, after school would participate with me in the play groups, and they made great friends. And it was such a good experience. I absolutely loved it. So
that's awesome. Well, let's get into the meat of things here, because I know people are like, okay, so now they know about you, that you created this gym from scratch without really any help. So I'm sure you learned a lot of hard things along the way, and that sort of inspired you to create your course. Mm-hmm. Talk about so how intimidating it felt for you to do that live paid webinar that we did. So for everyone, really, really quickly, I guess I should go back a couple steps, right, Guiselle? let me go back a couple steps. So we made Giselle's website, and we didn't have a course yet. And so we had a conversation where basically we were like, okay, we could take the time to create all these pre-recorded videos and hope that, they're exactly what people want to learn to start their own kids' gym. Or we created a lower cost, live webinar, and they also got the future pre-recordings, but then we got to learn more about people's questions, and we got to, sort of test the waters and see the interest for this course and in this topic. And so we ultimately ended up, choosing to actually go the route of doing a live webinar. So even without any pre-recorded information, Giselle had her own experience and she wrote an outline, but then she sold this webinar. How did that go? Like, how was doing your very first webinar?
I mean, I was nervous, I can't lie. Just speaking in public is a little, but with the webinar, it's a little different. You don't actually see who's on the other side, you know? So I was still pretty nervous. I'm not going to lie, I was shaking under the table. But it felt really good to do, just to share and see how many people were actually interested and wanted to know more about how to start a kids gym, and the interaction that there was, you know, the questions, and just getting to fine tune and see what it is that, you know, others are really interested in and really want to know, so that I can fine tune that and better help other entrepreneurs out there. So it was a really good experience, nerve-wracking for sure, but a good one, just to get my feet wet. I think that it was a jump straight in type of experience for sure. But, you know, you and Mike are so great at encouraging and just providing the support needed. So couldn't have done it without you guys, that's for sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I promise I didn't pay Guiselle to say that. Now, did you do any practice webinars beforehand, or was that sort of like, I'm just going to do it that day?
No, it was I'm gonna do it that day.
I think I told you to practice. Bad Guiselle.
I mean, I practiced on my own, not on the camera. Just kind of, you know, practicing on my own, reviewing my
your information, yeah,
information, things like that, but not on the camera.
Would you recommend that someone do that? Did they just like log into Zoom or whatever webinar platform and like just practice it in the webcam a couple times before they were to actually go into the live audience next time?
For sure. I think that's good. I think that's a good thing. Just getting used to having the camera there and how to respond and how to move around and move things on Zoom, and how to, you know, respond to the chats and all the good features that it actually provides. So
yeah, I mean, every software has its own, you know, learning curve, and definitely out there thinking, oh, I need to have Zoom. You don't necessarily have to have Zoom. It's just what we chose because we're really used to Zoom. Zoom's quick and easy to set up, and a lot of people like Zoom. It's very stable. And so that's, you know, why we chose to do Guiselle's paid live webinar with Zoom. But you can use, you know, a lot of other platforms out there. Let's see here. There's Demio, Jet Webinar, Big Marker. You know, those are just a couple of big ones I think out there. Okay, great. So we got over that hurdle, and you sold the course. Mm-hmm. But then, you know, you wanted to keep promoting. So how did that learning curve of doing social media and going on Facebook Lives, do you want to share a little bit about like how that felt? I know we were chatting at first, you know, and you're like, I'm going to hit the live button.
Facebook Live made me even more nervous. Just because, I guess, because it's live, you know, it's like you make a mistake, that's it. You can't really, but you know, it goes well. You know the information that you're trying to portray, and so it's just sharing that and being confident and and then the more you do it, you become more comfortable. So just takes a little bit of practice, but not too bad.
I mean, I honestly, there's a reason why I wear black every single time I go on camera, and it's because I sweat. So like, you know, if and I've been doing this for like 2+ years. Mm-hmm. And so it's just, you know, nerve-wracking to go on and that. Do you have any tips that, you know, helped you maybe feel more calm, or maybe helped you like, you know, get more audience?
Just give good information. I think that when you provide the valuable information, people will be interested, and they will attend, and they will want to see more of you, and they will follow, and you know, that just kind of goes one after the other. So good, valuable information is my recommendation. As far as the, you know, nerves, I still get nervous, so I just go for it. So that's my tip. Just go for it. And then the more you do it, the more you'll feel comfortable.
I agree 100% with it. Just go for it. I think that's a really good tip. What I've tried to do is, because I will psych myself out. I will be like, oh, I don't look good, and I know my hair looks a little crazy today. I apologize. But it helps to have two people, because I'm way less funny if it's by myself, but then I try to
Right.
be funnier with other people. So I think maybe that would be my tip, is try to have a second person. I
Mhm.
think it helps bring out your personality. Like, I don't know. I feel like when I do a Facebook Live and it's just me, I'm like, okay, do this. I
Yeah.
want to teach you this. And
Like you're trying to get your message out and be done type.
yeah, exactly. But
Mhm.
I try to like have a setup, because when I get home, I'm like really tired. So like I know Mike does that. Like he consistently is just doing it from his car. And so like that's his Facebook Live setup. And he has a beautiful setup too in his house as well. But that's what I've tried to do now, is try to sort of set up, my mic and everything, so that I can just like hop in, hop out, and it's
Right.
not a lot of like effort for me to like go on live, even though I still should go on live more. Um, let's see here. Okay, cool. Now how about selling? Let's talk about that, because I think therapists, and whether you're a PT or an OT or speech therapist or an ATC, I think and it's all healthcare professionals, it's all people, but we're very kind-hearted, and
Mhm.
and that, so it can be hard to sell and ask for the 497 that was your course, or
Right.
other courses are more. How did that process go? How did you feel? What was some learning curves?
I think that part was difficult for me, just to put a price on it. Like I feel like that's the hard part because, um, like you say, I want to help and I don't want it to seem like, oh, well, I'm helping just because of of a
Yeah.
profit and that. But it is valuable information that if you look elsewhere, it'll take you so much longer. It'll be much more difficult, or you'll have to pay other things. So in the overall, I try to make it to where it is more economical if you go this route to get everything that you need right from the start, as opposed to the way I had to do it, which was, it was 6 months of research for me. It was, a lot of mistakes, a lot of money lost because I would do this one thing and then they're like, no, well, no, you didn't have to do this. You have to do this other document or this other process.
Yeah.
And so it was just tedious and long. And I'm trying to help in making that a lot more simple and streamlined for you. So there is a cost, but I think that it's much more economical in the long run.
Yeah.
So just kind of shifting my mentality to that, as opposed to, oh, I feel kind of bad, because to be honest, I do, I do feel
Yeah.
bad. But I realize that, um, value wise, it is worth it. So.
I mean, how I started to think about, because I'm the same way. I do, a lot of help for free, and for several years, even like, just everything was for free. I gave away all my courses and other things, and the bad thing is, I started to actually get a little angry, and resentful at myself. That I was like, well, I'm taking time away from my family to do this, and I really do want to help people, but then like I'm sacrificing, a large part of my life. I do
Right.
think I have to start, seeking something in return.
Right.
And so I it's hard, because I do battle with that. Like even when like I make websites and I help people with their courses and I help people do launches and stuff. And like still whenever people are like, how much do you charge? I'm like, I
Yeah.
really want to try to like have it be as low as possible. But then, it's your time. Like you have, beautiful children, Giselle, like, you
Right.
want to be with them. And so
Right.
I think it's that. I think it's, valuing our time. And then, like you said, I think coming at it from an angle of like that, it's actually not costing them like $497. It's actually saving them, even maybe more. Cause like you said, like all the
Absolutely.
paperwork costs, and then you think of like opportunity costs. That's what in economics, basically opportunity costs is where, you're spending time, and that time actually could have been spent, getting clients, getting patients, getting people in the kids gym. So
Right.
technically the sooner you can open, the more money you'll make,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you run into any sort of hard conversations with people maybe asking questions and wanting the course, and like, I don't know, any hard conversations you had that you want, like
I
lessons
didn't
or?
have any difficult conversations. I mean, I had some people who were interested in they were very frank and just said, unfortunately, due to budget, I can't do this at this time.
Yeah.
And I understand. I mean, I get it. So just providing support and letting them know that I'm here if they have any, simple questions, or if I can help in anything, that they can always just, contact me if needed. I mean, I truly want to help you guys. So in anything that I can help, I'm here and readily available to answer any questions and anything that anybody can have. So
what were some of we talked about some learning curves, but were there any other things that like you really wish you could have done differently?
With the course or with the...
Just anything. It could be from let's mostly have it be like since you sold your gym. So not the gym's part, but more about the process of becoming a healthcare entrepreneur. Like any things that you're like, oh, if I could do it again, I'd maybe do it this way. Or any advice you would want to share with anyone else looking to become a healthcare entrepreneur? Honestly,
I would have started sooner. I had a lot of people that actually told me, you should do this. Like, even without me having thought of it, other people gave me the idea, and I was like, really? No, I can't do that. And it's years that I pushed back, or I could have been helping other healthcare entrepreneurs, that I could have, jump-started this, and I waited so long. I mean, I'm glad, and to me, I'm all about God knows the timing and everything of when we get things done. But I do wish I would have started before. I wish I would have had the confidence and just jump started it much sooner than I did. So
yeah, no, I think that's good advice. I mean, that's everyone. Like, I'm like,
you can do more than you believe. So, if you're hesitant just for fear, just jump in and do it. That's my tip all around.
No, I agree with that. I think that's, and I mean, any entrepreneur, you hear that over and over again, like on Built With and these other podcasts and these other shows, they're like, what would you change? And they're like, I wish I would have started this sooner, even if it's not the business that you end up doing. Like, Tom's Shoes, for example. A lot of people don't know this. I'm on a podcast spree, if you guys haven't noticed. but so Tom's Shoes, he actually created like 3 or 4 businesses before this. And he did all sorts of crazy things. Like he sold billboards in Tennessee and a lot of different things before he finally found Tom's. And Tom's is like a $1 billion shoe company before the COVID crisis happened.
Right.
And so like, even just doing it, I feel like is such a good learning experience to help you with all the future. Like, even if, like for me, for example, debt-free PT, I don't really think I'm going to keep pursuing that. It's not really going that way, but I learned everything that's helping me with alternative healthcare careers. And so I don't regret the fact that I started and I tried and it's not been that successful in that area, because it's helping me be successful in another area.
Right. I totally agree with that. Everything we do just is building blocks to what our next step is. So, yeah, that's a good point.
Awesome. Any other like tools or technology that you're using that you really find really helpful in this process?
Well, you guys.
Hey, mentorship is great. I mean, accountability, honestly, even though like I help people, you guys help me because like, I think that like having that family and that friends and that atmosphere, it really helps. It really does.
It does a lot. I definitely recommend anybody who's out there wanting to start, a side gig or a new business, definitely reach out to Mike and Emma. They're so great.
Thank you.
And just such a good support. And like, there's this saying, and I don't remember the saying, so I'm just going to, what it kind of means. Surround yourself by the people that, you want to be. So definitely having Mike and Emma has been great, just to see them as an example and have them to talk things through and having them as a support. So definitely reach out to them if you have any entrepreneurial ideas.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind. That's the best thing that's happened to me today. Thank you. But no, I agree. I think that's one of my regrets sooner is that I didn't try to find some people that were like-minded and into sort of what I was doing too. Because at first with Debt Free PT, I was trying to do it on my own, and I didn't really connect with a lot of people in that area. And I think that's maybe why it didn't, kick off as much. And it also felt like I was really getting burnt out and sort of, not able to grow because I couldn't get feedback. I couldn't be like, hey, how does my site look? And,
Right.
like, can I practice with you, or what tips do you have? And so, yeah, spot on, I would say. Just finding someone. It doesn't have to be a lot of people. It can just be like another person,
Right.
like just someone doing it similar. I would recommend, what I've learned is that if you can get people like in similar areas, but not the exact area, that's best, because you don't necessarily want to like feel like you're directly competing with someone.
Yeah.
That can be tough to navigate. I've learned some hard ways where you have some good friends, but then it starts getting a little tricky towards the end when people are in such a similar niche.
Right. Becomes like a competition, sort of
Yeah.
wanting to, but
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
see that.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, let's go into the chat here and let's open up some questions and see what people have any questions. Guiselle and myself are here, just as a learning curve. If you, and this can be whether or not you're wanting to start a course like Guiselle, but also, if it's wanting to start your telehealth practice or mobile clinic, anything. I'm just, today I thought would be fun to just sort of open up and show a little bit of vulnerability and show you like, it's not easy to start. And even while you're doing it, it's not easy either. Let's see here. Oh, we got lots of comments here. Oh, Cindy says, don't sell yourself short, Guiselle. Oh, thank you, Cindy. You're always amazing and so encouraging. Awesome. Yeah, confidence. I think that's a lot. That's a lot of what people are saying is confidence in that. So I agree 100%. Yeah, I think why don't we end here, Guiselle, with just maybe any final thoughts? I already feel like we've had many final thoughts, but any other last takeaways that you can think of?
Yeah, definitely. I would say if you have it in your heart to start a new business, believe in yourself. You guys definitely do it. Go ahead and just jump in and do it. I wish I would have done it sooner. I wish I would have believed in myself sooner. Surround yourself by people who will motivate you and encourage you to do it. It's not easy, but it's definitely worth it. So just encourage you guys to do it.
There you go, guys. And if you are interested in starting your own kids gym, you can go to startyourkidsgym.com. Correct, Guiselle?
Yes, so that was my website. I'm actually transitioning to a new system.
I can put the course link. I've got it right here. So I'm going to put Giselle's course link where you can go and get that if you want to. And basically, I think the best place right now, as we are sort of moving some of her stuff into a different course system, is startyourkidsgym@gmail.com.
Yes.
What do you think? Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that's my email. You can definitely contact me. You can check out the my Facebook page too, Start Your Kids Gym, and message me through there. And I'm also adding tips and little things to get you started through there too. So in case you want to follow on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Guiselle. I appreciate your time. And I'm just excited to watch you grow. And I'm just so proud of everything that you've done. And you do it with such kindness and such integrity. So everyone, check out Guiselle if you want to learn how to start your kids' gym. And I will see you in the next remote therapy session. Bye-bye.
So much. Bye.